what's going on? This is your man Cigar Mick, y'all, and we are out here right now at PCA 24. I got the good fortune of sitting down with my man Mike S. from Say it again.
No, you got it, man. This is perfect.
Yeah, because
Sczepankiewicz.
I looked at it. I was like, I'm not even going to try to tip that.
We're just going to roll with S.
Why don't you tell him what it is?
Sczepankiewicz.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, that one. That's
what he
the
just
one.
said. All right. You know. So tell us a little bit, man, because again, this is a great introduction for me, right?
Yeah.
Because I know you guys been in the game a long time.
We have, yeah.
But I really never had the opportunity to familiarize myself with Powstanie.
Yeah.
All right. So so let's start there, right? Give us a little bit of the backstory. How did you and your brother get into the cigar industry? Where'd that passion come from?
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, to briefly surmise, I'm not really passionate about anything.
Is that right? Okay.
Honestly, I'm. The things that I'm passionate about are my wife and my kids.
I love it.
So and winning. I just want to win.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So when we started we opened up a shop, and it was going to be a tattoo parlor.
Really?
Because I figured it had good margins or whatever.
Yeah.
And people came in asking for cigars.
Okay.
So we started off as a retailer, and it was a place that had gone under, and people said that it wouldn't work, and then we would fail. So
right.
Here we are, 15 years later, and it's still successful. It's doing well.
I love it.
So yeah, we built an online store at that point when it really wasn't common.
Okay.
Right. The question was, if you weren't one of these big dogs, if you weren't CIs of the industry and stuff like that, then what did you have to offer as a small mom and pop shop?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's customer service. It's it's your own take on things, your perspective on cigars.
Yeah.
So we became really successful in all of those things. So much to a point where other bigger retailers actually had problems with us, and we were getting suppressed when it came to product.
Okay.
So we decided to create our own cigar.
I love it.
Yeah, we worked with Skip. We were already well invested with Roma Craft. We love their cigars. We think that they're bar none in the industry.
Yes.
So at that time, they were still in their infancy. And I said, hey, I want to make a cigar. And he said, yeah, sure. So they started teaching us about blending and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It was remarkable, man.
It
was bar none, the experience. It wasn't, a lot of people will make a cigar and it's like, all right, pick A, B, or C, like whatever, Whereas I got to smoke different leaves. I got to experience nuances. I got to combine them. I got to mess them up.
Wow, okay.
And then I'd have Skip explain to me where I messed up.
Right.
And, when all of that is at your fingertips, you can make a fantastic cigar.
Love it, yeah.
So I blended the Habano originally. My brother blended the broadleaf.
Okay.
And we slowly, we had other retailers asking for them, and we kind of started becoming a wholesaler, right?
Oh, wow, okay.
Then we found other retailers and friends of ours that were producing cigars along the way, and we built a distribution company. While all that was going on, my wife was pregnant with our second child,
really?
And I blended a Connecticut cigar that was a Corona Gorda for the birth of him.
Really? Okay.
So we made 100 cigars, and it's the cigars were called Apollo Danny because I want to name Apollo. Right. She got to pick the girl name, which is Danny, and wound up being a boy, and she wanted to renegotiate the name, so we agreed upon justice. So I had approached Skip, and I said, hey, do you remember that blend 10 years ago, that Connecticut? And he busts out this picture and sends it to me of the blend. I go, that's it. That's exactly it.
Okay.
Can we make some? And he made some, sent it to me. I go, yeah, that's what I'd like to do for the next 4 line.
I love it.
And bam. So the Connecticut's came out last year, but I held off the Corona Gorda for the release of PCA this year.
Got you. Okay. So let's walk through the brands, right? I mean, all your different blends that you have here.
So let's. So this is your Powstanie Habano.
Okay.
And this is your broadleaf. And then this is the Connecticut Justice.
Gotcha.
Fable is a line that was originally created in the Nico Sueño factory. They haven't made more production of it, but we still have some. It's a Pennsylvania broadleaf cigar.
Okay.
It's a friend of mine, Matul's. He owns a cigar store in New York.
Okay.
Now, we've also acquired some other friends along the way. Jeff Moutet of Riverside Cigars Match Cigar Bar in Jeffersonville. I always say Springfield, but it's Jeffersonville, Indiana. He made a cigar called Phosphoro.
Really? Okay.
So it's a great valued cigar.
Nice.
Awesome custom flavor profiles, and we help him with distribution as well. And our newest acquisition is Fine Ash Cigars.
Wow.
They make a Dominican cigar called Ceniza Fina.
Really? Okay.
And they're starting to get going and work on that as well. So
I love it, man. I mean, first of all, the education that you had in the industry is bar none, right? I mean, you got to start from the bottom, get your hands dirty, like, and really, it sounds like you have some great mentorship, tutelage along the way as well, right? And the end product, man, I must say, I already heard, like, the word on the street was, you know, that this is an outstanding cigar, and you know, nobody was exaggerating on that point at all, man. This is a great smoke.
I think that it's really easy to just make a cigar, right? So you have to make something that's different.
Yes.
And the only way that you can do that is if you go down and have those opportunities with those people.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, you can make a Habano.
Right.
Okay, great. Like, what makes you different?
Yes.
So, and yeah, I mean, I do have you know, like, it's a blessing and curse that, yes, I do have a lot of experience in this industry, because I would say metaphorically, I've been punched in the face so many times that you just, like, you know, it's fall down 8, get up 9, right?
Gotcha.
And that's realistically what has really happened to me through so many processes. There have been so many times where somebody has told me that I'm not qualified, or laughed at me, and like I have gone through phases of kind of processing that. You know, so you're just like, man, I guess they're right, you know, and then you're like, wait a second. Wait, no, he's not. Like, Like, I work 100 times harder than that guy. You know, who is he to say that about me? Right. And you know, we level up every single time. So, I
mean, you started off saying you like to win. There's no quitting. Right? So,
when somebody tells me, hey, I mean, the best way to get me to be unstoppable is just tell me that I can't do it.
I love it.
You know, like, oh yeah, no, that's not going to happen. It's like, oh, okay.
That's the will right
there.
Yeah.
No problem. You know, so, you know, it makes me who I am. You know, some people say I'm a little aggressive or whatever. I just say I'm passionate, man. I don't really think that, you know, I don't try and come across as aggressive, but you know, I'm open and honest, and I'm never afraid to tell somebody when I think that they're making a mistake. Because I want to see them do well. Right. You know, I think that I'm probably harder on myself when it comes to taking care of everybody around me. Right. I want to make sure that they're good. So, So yeah,
that's outstanding, man. Now, the last thing that I want to ask you about is the logo. All right.
Yes.
So I know that your logo is very important. I did a little research before I got here, right?
Yes.
But if you would tell the watchers right now, man, people who are listening to the podcast, or those who are watching it on live right now, exactly how you guys came up with this logo, what it signifies. And go from there.
So the P, the original P is a P with an anchor, and it's from Polish revolutionaries in World War II. And you know, these guys, they fought against Nazis with sticks and rocks and all kinds of things, and the majority of them were killed. But they went out fighting, man. So you know, myself and my brother's my partner. We've always had the odds stacked against us. And like, it just fit for us. We're Polish, obviously, because no one can pronounce our last name. And you know, like, I believe that. Look, I don't care what the odds are. Right? You know, you could have, you know, millions of dollars in your war chest. You can have, you know, 100 more employees than me. I promise you, I'm going to outwork you.
I love it.
And you're going to be like, you know what? It's best if we just back down.
Game over.
Absolutely.
That's it, man. I love it. And the bear?
The bear was actually like a Serbian war bear from World War II. So,
really?
So an employee came in and told me about this guy, and his name was Wojtek. And they bought him like at a train station. And a guy trained him. He smoked cigarettes, drank beer with them, and stuff like that. And he actually saved infantry when they were under fire. He brought them bullets and all kinds of things. So, so the Polish army tried to say, hey, no more animals. So they made him a sergeant.
Is that right?
Yeah. So there, and again, like, it just fit for us. Like, you know, here's a scenario where, like, hey, this isn't going to work. We can't do this. And somebody figures it out. Somebody finds a way. Yeah.
I love it, man. Well, Mike, listen, bro, I want to thank you for taking some time out to talk to a puff a minute.
Absolutely.
You know, about the brand and about the story behind the brand, man. I wish you guys, you know, multiple more years of success.
Thank you. Appreciate
you got a great product here, man.
Thank you so much.
Again, guys, if you haven't found Powstanie Cigars yet, you know, go to your nearest brick and mortar. Make sure that you ask the proprietors, the sommelier, whoever's working in that particular location, to make sure that they have that they're carrying this brand, guys. Highly recommended from a puff a minute. All right, and we'll be out. We'll be back with some more after this.
Thanks,
man. Thanks a lot.
So much, brother.
Appreciate it.
You, bro.